Hello everyone, good morning. It's time to start the day. Grab your coffee, your favorite beverage, shine your light and light the way.
Good morning, everyone. It is April 30th. Can you believe it? Can you believe that we are this far into the year already? This is just like blowing my mind. But yes, it's April 30th, 2024, and it's time for your Good Morning Coffee and Talk. And I'm Dolly, and welcome to my sacred space. I'm glad that you guys are here. Good morning to Jenny. Good morning, my dear friend. I'm so glad that you're here. And good morning, Heather. I am so happy to see you. And you guys, I don't know if you can see in the background right over here, but I've got Reuben, my parrot, sitting right here. So let's say good morning to him. Good morning, Reuben. Hello, Reuben. Hi. Are you going to talk for us? Hello. He's like, no, I'm too sleepy to talk right now. Maybe later. Yeah, that's my bird. Anyway, good morning. Oh, good morning, Katie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Teresa. Good to see you. Good morning, Nancy. Hello, good morning. So yeah, it's a good day. It's a good start to the day. I've got both my coffee and my water with me, and I'm ready to go, which is good, right? Oh, so did everyone have a good weekend? I hope that you all did. Mine was okay. Mine was all right, you know. Yeah. How do I do that with two cameras? Heather is asking. It's a secret. OBS. I use OBS, and I'm surrounded by cameras actually. But yeah, I use OBS. I think I can show you. Hang on. Let me bring Reuben back up here. Okay. So you can see Reuben's camera right now. And I've also got my reading view. You know, when I'm doing my card readings for you guys, this is what this camera is right here. It's a top-down camera. And then I got my side camera. Hi. Oh, what are you even looking at? I don't know. Hello from this side of the world. So yeah, that is what I got. And now you guys were able to see that. But yeah, I have multi cameras going on around me here, and I use OBS to do that different stuff. So nice question. Kitty says, any stone is a fine. Just throw hard. Oh my, okay. I don't know what that's in reference to. But Katie's throwing stones she's throwing them very hard. I have one right here, in fact. I have one right here. I'm not going to throw it, though, because I will be in trouble. I will be in big trouble if I break anything. You're everywhere. I know it may seem a little narcissistic, but here's a little fun fact about me that maybe not all of you guys know, but I actually have a background in television. I worked for PBS, and I did all kinds of things. I did camera operating, I did makeup, I did lighting, I did technical directing, I did editing, I did all that stuff. So I'm trying to bring some of what I know into my little world here, to make production, to give it some production value. I just wish I had better equipment. Right now, I don't have great equipment. So, I could be a lot better, but I have no money. So I got to work with what I got. And I'm grateful for what I got. I'm grateful for the things that I do have. So that's what I got going on. All right. So let's start off the day with a high vibe card from the Becky Moore High Vibe deck. We'll just take the very next one in line here, which is Inspiration. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. So I think that that's a very valuable lesson, actually. And I know that a lot of people have been focusing in on a lot of dark things lately. I mean, I really feel that in the collective. Katie talked about that a little bit in her live yesterday, which, was very, very timely. Several other people over the weekend I saw talking about it. I've even seen people talking about it, like Jane the Secret this morning was talking about becoming comfortable with becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable, which is really important right now because we have to feel our feels, right? We have to feel our feels. We have to feel our feels to be able to get it out of us. So who else has come in? I think Janet came in here somewhere. Did she? Did Janet come in? Well, Janet, if you're here, good morning. Oh, Janet, there she is. Good morning, my friend. Whoa, Janet. Oh. Okay, this is what Katie said. I have a joke for you two. Two witches are talking. One asks the other, what stone is the best for removing negative people? Okay, and then the answer is any stone is fine. Just throw it hard. I got it now. I'm sorry. Oh, that's funny. And it's true. So everybody's saying good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let me have a sip of my coffee here, and then we can talk about our astrology for today. Okay. I remember some people's astrology and not everybody's. So if you guys could give me your astrological signs, I will read to you your astrology for this morning. And it's by, as you guys already know, Rob Bresney. Hey, Sid, how's it going? Just finished your mushroom coffee. Good morning. Good morning. Good stuff. Good stuff. And Sin, that was extremely, extremely nice of you to send Katie all those beautiful, beautiful gemstones. That was really cool. All those different colors. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. All right, so we got Sagittarius. Let's go. Good morning, our shining lights. How are you today? It is good to see you. Hello, hello. We're just going to start doing our astrology for the day. So I am Sagittarius and so is Heather. So we'll start there. Okay, it says, I feel sad when I see my friends tangling with mediocre problems. The uninspiring dilemmas aren't very interesting and don't provoke much personal growth. They use up psychic energy that could be better allocated. Thankfully, I don't expect you to suffer this bland fate this coming week, Sagittarius. You will entertain high-quality quandaries. They will call forth the best in you. They will stimulate your creativity and make you smarter and kinder and wilder. Congratulations on working diligently to drum up such a rich challenge. So it sounds like we got some challenges ahead, Heather. And that's okay. I like challenges. I do. And then we've got Taurus. Taurus for Nancy. And here we go. And that's my mom as well. Bordering the Pacific Ocean for 1,000 miles, Chile's Atacama Desert is a place of stark and startling beauty. Unfortunately, its pristine landscape is also a dumping ground for vast amounts of discarded clothes that people bought cheaply, wore out quickly, and didn't want anymore. Is there any other place on earth that more poignantly symbolizes the overlap of sacred and profane? In the coming weeks, Taurus, you will possess a special aptitude for succeeding in situations with metaphorical resemblances to the Atacama. You will have an enhanced power to inject ingenious changes wherever messiness is mixed with elegance, wherever blemishes beauty requires redemption, and wherever lyrical truths need to be rescued from careless duplicity or pretense. Wow, that was pretty cool. And of course, Aquarius. Aquarius. This is the dawning of the... Wait, that's something else altogether. Okay. Aquarius. Have you felt longing to be nurtured? Have you fantasized about asking for support and encouragement and mentoring? If so, wonderful! Your intuition is working well. My astrological analysis suggests you would dramatically benefit from basking in the care and influence of people who can elevate and champion you, who can cherish and exalt you, who can feed and inspire you. My advice is to pursue the blessing of such helpers without inhibition or apology. You need and deserve to be treated like a vibrant treasure. Wow. So it sounds like you have got, if you ask, you will have a teacher along the way. That's pretty awesome. And then we've got Scorpio. Scorpio. According to my astrological perspective, you are entering a phase when you could dramatically refine how relationships function in your life. To capitalize on the potential, you must figure out how to have fun while doing the hard work that such an effort will take. Here are 3 questions to get you started. What can you do to foster a graceful balance between being too self-centered and giving too much of yourself? Are there any stale patterns in your deep psyche that tend to undermine your love life? If so, how can you transform or dissolve them? And 3, given the fact that any close relationship is inevitably provoked by the dark side of both allies, how can you cultivate healthy ways to deal with that? Ooh, interesting questions. Interesting questions. So, okay, we've got Libra and Pisces. Okay, Libra. In my astrological opinion, you are entering a period when you can turn any potential breakdown into a breakthrough. If a spiritual emergency arises, I predict you will use it to rouse wisdom that sparks your emergence from numbness and apathy. Darkness will be your ally because it will be the best place to access hidden strength and untapped resources. Ooh, that is very good. I like that. And here's the best news of all. Unripe and wounded parts of your psyche will get healing upgrades as you navigate your way through the intriguing mysteries. So it sounds like you'll be doing a little bit of shadow work, Libra, but you'll find strength there, which I think is pretty awesome. And Pisces, we've got Pisces. I think we've covered everyone. We have everyone, I think, all the signs. In this book, Attention Deficit Disorder, in his book, Attention Deficit Disorder, A Different Perception, Tom Hartman theorizes that distractibility may have been an asset for our ancestors. Having a short attention span meant that they were ever alert for possible dangers and opportunities in their environment. If they were out walking at night, being lost in thought could prevent them from tuning into warning signals from the bushes. Likewise, while hunting, they would benefit from being ultra receptive to fleeting phenomenon and ready to make snap decisions. I encourage you to be like a hunter in this upcoming week, Pisces, not for the wild animals, but for the wild clues, wild signs, and wild help. Oh, I like that. I like that very much. All right. Oh, Sin, was it your birthday? Happy belated birthday, my friend. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sin. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Yay, happy birthday. I'm going to eat cake. I am. All right, so I think we got everybody. And again, this was from Rob Bresney from freewillastrology.com. I, of course, encourage everyone to visit his website. He's a fantastic, what is that called? Astrologer. More coffee. Oh my gosh. So before we go any further, let's check back in with Reuben. Reuben, how you doing? Reuben, how you doing, bud? Hello? Peekaboo. Can you talk? Peekaboo. Oh, I think he's tired today, you guys. I think he's tired. Or he might be like, why am I in the hallway? He's like, this is not my spot. What in the world? Oh, look at you don't have to send me anything, Zen. That's okay. I'm just happy that you're here and that you're my friend. That's funny. And Heather's like, more coffee, Dolly? Yes. I was just going to ask what bird you have there. Yes, it's an African gray parrot. And his name is Reuben, and he's 30 years old, and he's new to me. And he's been living with me now for just about a week, a little over a week. Right, Reuben? Right? And yeah, he's starting to come on my hand now, and and he walks up on my shoulder. So we're bonding. And this bird was supposed to be for my mom, but now my mom is like, I don't know if I can handle a bird that big. So I have a feeling he's going to be staying with us. And I am totally okay with that because I love birds. I love birds. The cats and the bird get along. I cannot believe this. I'm not going to ever test that. I'm not going to leave him alone out of his cage with the cats. But so far, the other day was so funny. We're sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden my partner Chrissy goes, oh my God. And I look up, and Spirit, my cat Spirit, is on top of the cage, is up on top of the cage up here. And Reuben was down on this perch, and Spirit was up here. And they were just looking at each other. Nobody was trying to attack each other. They were just like having a telepathic conversation. And I was like, what? Oh no. But everything was fine. But I don't want to encourage that. Yes, he is a very handsome boy. He is. I'm very happy to have him in my life. Things come and go from your life as you need them to, right? There's always especially with people, when people come into your life out of the blue and you're like, wow, I've got this new person in my life or this new creature in my life, and I didn't see this coming, but I'm so glad it's here. Yeah, everything comes and goes from your life as you need it to. So I'm excited to have Reuben in my life. He's such a good boy. He has bit me once, but I think that's because I went at him a little too quickly, and it scared him. But now we're learning about each other and respecting each other's space, right, Reuben? Right, buddy? Right? You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. So he's being quiet right now, but that's okay. So I love him. All right. So I have something I wanted to share with you guys. You know how I like to do the good news of the day, just to sort of get us going on good news. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Katie said something. Let's see. She said, had been talking about birds for weeks before Reuben needed you. Yes. You and I were talking about birds. I was talking about how my mom needs to get a bird. But I've always loved birds. I've always had them, and they've always been a part of my life. I kid you not when I say there has been a bird sitting at the table for every holiday of my entire life until just recently, until just this last year when my mom's bird passed away. My mom had a pet robin that she raised. She's a wildlife rehabilitator, and this robin couldn't go back into the wild because, like Nemo, it had one little short wing and one big long wing, so it couldn't fly. So he lived out his life with my mother, and he was very happy, and he lived to be 18 years old. And my mother taught it to talk, which is just crazy. My mom is the bird whisperer. Anyways, you guys know how I like to do the good news every day. And I look for stories that are good and uplifting. And today I actually happened upon something that I thought was very interesting from the Good News website that I use. And it was instead of a good news, it was a good talk. And I was like, wow, this is neat. It was called 5 Ways to Love Yourself and Be in the Flow. Five ways to love yourself and be in the flow. And I thought, oh, that's right up our alley. So I thought I would kind of go through some of this stuff with you guys today because I felt like this was really important. Like, this isn't coincidence that this is what I saw today, right? I don't believe that yeah, coincidences happen occasionally, but I really believe far more that these little subtle things, when you pick up on them and you go, okay, this is important, I got to keep this. Yeah, this is one of those things. Okay, so check this out. Here's 5. Okay, it says, the river advances serenely, undisturbed by judgment or expectations. But if you care about what other people think, you will always be their prisoner. Because one believes in oneself, one doesn't try to convince others. That really like resounded in me, because when I think about like a particular politician in our world right now, whose name I'm not going to say, this particular politician cannot stop talking about himself. He cannot stop talking about himself. And it's like he is trying to convince the world that he's a good guy, that he's got what it takes, that he's the best person. You know, what he's really trying to do is convince himself, because he himself doesn't believe this, right? So he's projecting this self-loathing onto everybody else through his constant state of, I'm trying to convince you all that I'm a good person, right? That really, really like stuck out for me today. But I also know people in my everyday life who do the same thing, and we do it, right? We all talk out loud about the things that we do well in an attempt to receive, some acknowledgement, to be able to have people say to us, I see you and you're a good person and you're doing a good job. We all do it, right? But because one believes in oneself, one doesn't try to convince others. That's important. I think that we need to like pay attention to how much we see other people trying to convince others of their abilities, of their goodness, of their character. Because one believes in oneself, one doesn't try to convince others. That really stuck with me. Anyway, okay. So here are 5 things that we can do to love ourselves and stay in the flow. 1, embrace your natural state. And I was like, what does that mean, embrace your natural state? Well, here's what it means. It means relax and breathe. What many fail to realize is that peace and relaxation is our natural state of being. So the sooner we take time to take some deep breaths and just calm ourselves, the closer we will be to the authenticity of our own presence. And I thought, yes. And then on the second point, start your day with an intention and make smaller intentions through your day. For example, if we set the intention, may everything I meet with my awareness today be met with unconditional love and acceptance, we actually start to go to the place in ourselves that accepts life as it is presented to us in the most loving fashion, rather than meeting every perceived adversary with fear and stress. Soon the majority of our time is spent in this place of surrender and moving with the flow of life instead of fighting against it. Also, it says, welcome everything in, resist nothing. declare everything as universal will. And that's hard. That's a hard one. The journey of awakening is about realizing that instead of being a person who is experiencing the universe, we are the universe playing as a person experiencing itself. Right? That just made me go, whoa! In this realization, we come to see that absolutely nothing can happen that is outside the realm of the will of the universe. What? It's true. And here's one. This point on embrace your natural state really hit me because I was like, yeah, this is something I need to work on. And it is let pain, heartbreak, and negative emotions defeat you. Let them defeat you. I was like, what? So many of us are so scared to feel the pain of a negative emotion that we try to resist it at all costs. Not only do we attempt to distract ourselves with people, places, and things, but we give into addictions as well. It doesn't mean that we have to force ourselves to be happy about something we are not happy about. It only means that we accept and love the part of ourselves that is scared, that feels heartbroken, or feels angry. As we accept ourselves as we are, imperfectly perfect, we find the acceptance others become, and it becomes easier as we, let me start over. As we accept ourselves as we are, imperfectly perfect, we find that accepting others becomes easier as a natural byproduct. That's where unity begins, right? Katie says, also pay attention to the quiet ones, for they see all. She's right. She's absolutely right. That's like my brothers. My brothers are very quiet. They have autism as well, but they see and remember everything. Everything. You can ask them about something that happened 15 years ago. They'll be able to tell you the time, date, place, and what day of the week it was. It like blows my mind. But they see everything. They take it all in, but they're very quiet. So, yeah. So I thought that this was all interesting. They also say let go of self-judgment, live in the present, trust the unfolding of life's natural order. That's a hard one because there's a lot of things. We tend to like look at certain things in life and say, this is the way that I would like things to be. And when they don't unfold that way, we can get very, very, very frustrated, right? So in essence, we are creating our own suffering because we put expectations into things that should just be the natural order and something that we just accept. It is difficult to accept a lot of things in this world. It is difficult for me to accept. I won't get into it because I don't want to get political in the morning, but there's a lot of things that I don't accept, but I cause my own suffering as a result from that. And so I need to just let it go and let it flow. I mean, there really is truth in that. So much truth. Yes. Okay. Teresa, where can we get this list, please? And thank you. I'll tell you what, I will put a link to this article in my community page later. Okay. And hello, good morning, Teresa Ford. I'm so happy to see you here. I'm sorry that I missed you coming in. Katie says, we have emotions for a reason. They are the ultimate teachers for us. Amen, sister. 100%. Heather says, I've been feeling a lot of those emotions lately. It's a challenge to sit in those feelings, but writing and creating and deep breathing helps. Yes. Yeah. You should never try to tap down what you're feeling and push it down. I do believe in the creative outlet of emotions, finding a creative way to get those things out. And if you're not a creative person, if you're not somebody who draws, who paints, who sings, who does any of those things, you can always crank up your favorite tune and dance it out. I did that yesterday with Reuben. Reuben and I put on Shaka Khan and Earth, Wind, and Fire and In Excess from the 1980s. Then we had some Def Leppard. I was like in an 80s frame of mind yesterday. So I was like playing through my playlist, and Reuben and I were dancing around the living room. Weren't we, Reuben? Weren't we? We were dancing. Can you dance with me? Can you dance? Dance? Can you dance? No, he can't. Not right now. Not right now. But we were having fun. We were doing that. And yes, so those creative outlets do help. And talking to a friend can sometimes help too. Poor Katie, she gets the brunt of my I need to talk about this right now, but I love you, Katie. You are like the best friend. You are the best friend. But yeah, so I read this article and I was just like, yeah, this is so cool. I mean, these are all the things that we're learning right now. The last thing was cultivate a inner stillness. And to do that, they said, schedule a time. Like I do a lot of my stillness practice first thing in the morning. You know, I'll drink a big glass of water. I'll come in here and I'll do 5 minutes of stillness, which is just breathing and existing, not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, just being right here, noticing all the sights, the smells, the sounds of the moment. And I just do it for 5 minutes in the morning. You know, just 5 minutes of letting that water hydrate me after I drink it, you know, my moon water, and just existing for 5 minutes in the quiet, you know. And that's been very helpful. So scheduling a time, find a place. This is my place, but you can create a sacred space for yourself. And it doesn't even have to be a sacred space. It can be sitting out on your front porch, you know. For those of you who like live down south and you've got nice weather most of the year compared to what I got up here, man, if you've got a front porch or, you know, maybe a park bench in your favorite park, it could be anywhere, you know, but make it a place that you can consistently get to. Okay. So if you're like, oh, you know, there's this park 12 miles away that I sometimes go to, that's not the place. Okay. That isn't the place for the 5 minutes of stillness in the morning. It should just be somewhere in or around or outside of your home. Okay. But you find your place. You can set a timer. You know, you can start with 5 minutes and just set your timer and go from there. But you can sit still as long as you want to. You know, you don't have to put a time, like a limit on how long or a maximum on how long you sit. Relax your body. You know, I like to do a body scan, you know, where I just start at the top of my head and go to the bottom of my feet and just go down and just relax everything. You know, mindfully relax my body, my jaw. We hold a lot of attention in our jaw. Do you ever notice that? Ever notice that even when you're trying to relax, you still a lot of times have that tension in your jaw? So make sure that you're releasing that tension in your jaw, in your shoulders. One good way to release tension in your shoulders, now this is a little hard right now for me to do, but you pull your shoulders up as high as you can and really tense it up and then release. You can do the same thing with your jaw. Clench for a few seconds and then release. And then you feel that release happening. And that's very helpful for releasing these places where we hold so much tension. Quiet your mind. You know, if you're thinking about like things you got to get done or thinking about things that you did, you need to put that aside for your 5 minutes of sitting in stillness. Okay. Put it aside, relax, and get started. And then just be present. Be present in the moment, you know. Be present with the birds singing, with the smell of your coffee. You know, Katie's been doing all these great, in fact, we're getting to the last day now of the 31 days of mindfulness challenge that she's been doing. And if you guys haven't, you know, done that, you can go back and start with day 1 and just do the 31 days of mindfulness challenge. It's very, very insightful as you're doing these things, right? And it helps you see your mind. And that's really important. We don't always want to look at our minds and take responsibility for our thinking, but we really do have a choice, and we really do need to take responsibility. And we do need to be careful about what we're feeding ourselves, right? Katie talked about this yesterday in her live. If you are constantly going into the darkness, even if it gives you some excitement, people like to feel alive. People like to feel things. And if they can't get to the good, they'll take the bad, right? Or they'll take the scary. They'll take what brings them fear. Why do we like going to haunted houses? Why do we like going to haunted houses? Because getting scared is fun, right? But that fear, delving into that fear too much, into the darkness too much is the best way to manifest all the things that you don't want, So we have to be careful about that, about what we're thinking, what we're feeling. All right, let's see. I'm going down the list here. If y'all know Juno's fear, she has some excellent, easy exercises to deal with emotions and bring balance. Yes, I love Juno. I use a lot of Juno's meditation music on loop when I meditate. She's like my playlist for when I'm just doing basic meditation. I love Juno stuff. Love Juno stuff. I should have Juno on here so we can talk about that. I wonder if Juno would be up for that. I have to reach out and find out. Katie said, the key is to know when to stop sitting in the energy and let it go and forget about it. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I mean, I guess you gotta constantly be taking account of what it's doing to you, right? What is this doing to me? Because I swear, there are times where I cause my own spiral into the darkness because I can't let go. That doesn't happen as much now as it used to. Man, when I was in my 30s, I think I told you guys this. I was in a constant state of fear, and it was self-imposed. And in some ways, I liked it. The emotional rush that it gave me was addictive. So getting away from that has been a challenge. It's been a challenge. I'm getting there, but I still have my moments too. I do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh, the 80s were the best rock of ages. Yes. I love the 80s music, but I love today's music too. I can't, I'm not going to knock it, but in the 80s, that's when I was in high school and college. So you had that was the soundtrack of my life. My elevation from childhood into adulthood happened during the 80s, and that whole soundtrack, that's the soundtrack of my life. 80s throwback days are the best. I agree. 60s classical rock. Oh yeah. 60s, and I like 70s rock too. We are only right now. All else is imaginary or memory. Yes, that's very well said. That's very well said. That's exactly what I was trying to say, and you said it very eloquently. Thank you. Drinking too much caffeine. The Monkees, Led Zeppelin, Janis, Jimi Hendrix. Yes, 100%. I danced to techno and modern Native American music like the Blue Chip Orchestra. Yes, I really like the Blue Chip Orchestra. Katie turned me on to them, and I like them very much. Depeche Mode. We call them Depressed Mode. But I love Depeche Mode. I love Depeche Mode. I've seen them many times in concert, and they're one of my very all-time favorite bands. Yeah, the Blue Chip Orchestra is very cool. You need to check them out. I think you could go, if you have Amazon Prime, you can listen to them through Amazon, but they're on Spotify as well. I shall have to review the 31 days of mindfulness because I missed it. Hey, there's no expiration date on it, you know. So you could pick it up and do it whenever you got time. Tomorrow is the live for the challenge. Bring your notebook and journal. That's right. What time is that, Katie? I know you told me and I forget. I want to say 7, but I'm 7 Central Standard Time, but I'm not sure. Yes, there's a complete playlist on her channel. I've not heard of modern Native American music. I'm going to go find that. The Blue Chip Orchestra. Yes, check it out. It's really good. Sen says, I would love to see Juno as a guest. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to Juno and see if she would be interested in doing that. It's awesome. It's awesome that I really think about me and just much self-care is being mindful, not only for your mindfulness, but passing it on to others. 100%, Jenny. 100%. Hey, there's Jane. Good morning, Dolly, and everyone a chance. Good morning, Jane. Good to see you, my friend. I was talking about your live today. And I sent you an email, Jane. So if you have time later, go check it out. I think you'll like what I had to say. And who else we got? Gypsy JJ. Hello. Hi, y'all talking tunes? I just got here in time. We are. I was talking about how yesterday I turned on like all this like 80s and 90s dance music. It was dancing with my parrot, Reuben. And we were really enjoying it. He was really getting into it. He was like going like this with his head and everything. It was awesome. He was really getting into it. I felt so good after I got done. It was really a uplifting experience, you know, and it's just, you know, if you can't do something creative, you know, if you're not an artist or a poet or any of those things, you can dance. Even if you're sitting in your chair, as long as you're moving to the music, you're going to feel better. You know, you're going to release some of that inner ugh. Katie says, I just like music that makes me need to move. Yes, girl. 100%. Jane says, my husband always asks me why I don't listen to any new music. I'm good with my soul music and prog. I did new wave in the 80s. Oh, girl, Duran Duran. Okay. I ate, slept, drank, breathed, everything Duran Duran. When I was growing up, every inch of my wall in my bedroom was covered in Duran Duran posters. Like every single inch. And I wanted to be Nick Rhodes. I still want to be Nick Rhodes. Oh, totally. Everybody say good morning, good morning. I will definitely read your email. Oh, good. I'm glad. I need to go finally eat. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. You too. Love you, Jane. Thanks for stopping by. There's an R&B artist who mixes a bit of techno in her music, has a light goth look to her too. She goes by the name Baby Storm. This city is a graveyard. I'll check it out. I think I know that song, Heather, but I'll check it out to make sure that that's what I'm thinking. Simon Le Bon. Yes, they were all hotties. Roger Taylor, the drummer. Oh, he was gorgeous. Not even kidding there. We always had old 60s. We always had old 60s, earlier 90s music playing all the time. Yep, me too. Oh, Take on Me, right, Heather? That video was always amazing. I had ELP. I think she meant ELO and Pink Floyd on my walls and some Duran Duran. Or maybe she meant ELP. I don't know who ELP is, though, but I think she meant ELO. Love Duran Duran. Oh, my God. You guys don't even know. Pink Floyd is my life soundtrack. It's a good chunk of my life soundtrack. I had my Pink Floyd days. Heather says, Aha still makes great music. That's cool. So does Duran Duran, actually. They do. They really do. My favorite, I have two favorite harder rock bands that I love. Disturbed is one, and Lacuna Coil is the other. I love Lacuna Coil music. Oh my God. I don't know. I got turned on to them by some roommates that I used to have, and I have followed them literally for 20 years now. And I just love their music. Love, love, love. So if you guys want to hear something a little harder, check out Lacuna Coil, Delirium. Oh my God, that song. I love that song. Oh my gosh. The Wild Boys is one of my favorite Duran Duran songs. Oh yes, I love the Wild Boys. Mine was Secret October by Duran Duran, which is not one of their famous songs. It was one of the flip side songs, and I just love that song. Tool, yes. I love Tool. Yes. I like all those bands with one word like that. Tool and Korn. I love it. On a sunny day, I love a bit of Bob Marley. Oh, who doesn't love Bob Marley? He is fantastic. Iron Butterfly. Absolutely. I think that Iron Butterfly probably influenced all the greats. Nine Inch Nails, yes. Styx, yes. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Okay, I'll never do that again. I apologize. All right, Jenny. I inherited my dad's bird after he passed. The bird loved wrestling. My dad watched it from oh my God. Maybe I better drink some water. I got to be careful. I got to go to the doctor today. I inherited my dad's bird after he passed. The bird loved wrestling. My dad watched it, being from the South. That's funny. Inagata Davida, baby. Metallica, me too. I like their old stuff more than anything that they've done recently, but I loved Metallica as well. So much good music. Yes. Oh, Foreigner for sure. Love Foreigner. I want to know what love is. Bon Jovi. Yeah, for sure. Oh, there was a lot of good stuff in the 80s. I loved the Thompson Twins. I loved, what was the name of that band? I loved them so much I don't remember their names, but they sang Destination Unknown. I can't think of their name. Dang. Steve Perry, yes. Oh, Enter the Sandman, for sure. Yes, Enter the Sandman. Fantastic song. Exit light, enter night, take my hand, rough to never, never land. Oh, I shouldn't try to sing. Yeah, Steve Perry for sure. Journey, yes. Used to wear black and red spandex to clubs and school. Oh, good for you. I did not. No, this body has never seen spandex. Oh, you get to see Foreigner in June? How cool is that? That's awesome. They had a lot of classic artists to be introduced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Yeah. Oh, U2 is another band that I loved. U2. Excuse me, I'm burping. But I love that band. Ooh. But I like a lot of modern stuff too. Like, I love Lady Gaga very much. Pretty much love everything that she's done. Who else do I love from the now? I don't know. I don't know a lot of their names. I just hear the music and start singing along. Heart, yes. Oh, man, those girls could sing. Too bad Lou Gramm doesn't sing for four anymore. How can you not have the original lead singer? Well, it happens. Oh, Billie Eilish. Is that how you say her name? Yes, I like her too. There's a lot of bands that have to kind of go on without a lead singer, and somebody steps in. I mean, who was I just seeing? And I was just like, oh yeah, they are still singing, but they've got a new lead singer. I can't think of it right now. I just saw somebody. I cannot recall anything today. Let's check in on Reuben. Reuben. Why can't I remember anything today, Reuben? Oh, are you sleeping? Did I wake you up, honey? I'm sorry. Oh, such a sleepy boy. Didn't you sleep well last night? Oh, my sweet boy. Oh, look at him all with his head tucked in. Oh, can you guys even see that? I don't know. But he doesn't have any comments right now. So he'll come back to me. Who sang Bohemian Rhapsody? Queen. Thank you. Queen had to kind of go on without their lead singer, but the guy that they've got singing for him right now, like whenever they do tribute things, is really good. I was in Seattle when Hart was singing in coffee shops and bars. I remember thinking, I need to pay attention to these sisters. Hey, I'll tell you a funny story about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So my friend Sue bought a car, but it was in Minneapolis. So she's like, hey, will you ride along with me so that we can pick up the car and then drive back? And I'm like, sure. She's like, we'll stay overnight. We'll go to a bar. We'll see a concert or something. And I'm like, all right, sounds great. So we go out to Minneapolis and we stop in at this little bar. And I don't even remember the name of the bar, but the Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing in it. And this was before they hit it big. But there they were up on stage singing away with socks covering their manhood. And I was like, because I was real innocent back then. Okay, I was a good church girl back then. So seeing that was, woo, pretty crazy. Yes, I have seen Adam Lambert sing with Queen, but the guy that's singing with him now was not Adam Lambert. Or maybe it was. I don't know. I'll have to go check. Dolly Parton did a remake of Magic Man on her latest album, and it's a good one. Oh, I love that song. Adam Lambert is amazing, period, Katie says. Yes, I agree. She also loves Dolly, and I do too. I think Dolly is like the queen of everything. Wow, great band. The Chili Peppers, yes. Jenny, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Oh, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I can't sing that song. Adam should have had won American Idol. Agreed. Judas Priest lead singer Rob Halford is still going strong. Then again, he has opera training, so his chords are well cared for. Yes. Yeah, that guy. Can you believe that guy? I love his version of What Do You Want From Me? Yes. Yes, pretty crazy stuff, man. All this music. See how talking about music just brightened us all up today? So when you guys are feeling that, when you're feeling like, just down and overwhelmed, step back and be curious about what's causing it to happen. Why is this happening? First thing you should be thinking to yourself is this actually coming from me? Because I believe that every single one of you in this room right now is spiritually intuitive. Every single one of you. And we are getting such a heavy load in the collective right now. Okay? There's a good chance that you guys might be picking up little loose things that are flying at you from the collective. So definitely take a second to ask yourself, is this coming from me? Is this really my thoughts that are causing this thing to happen here? Because chances are you're not. That's not it. So take a curious approach, accept it, go with the flow, and then crank up the tunes. Oh. Any good music you love is part of sound healing. Yes. And if you can sing and dance along, all the better. For sure. 100%. I'm a giant fan of the group Heil Lung. And I mean you gotta be kind of into that it's kind of tribal. It's kind of a tribal Viking sound to it. And it's very ritualistic and spiritual. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But man, that music takes me to a place. It is an experience when I listen to them, not just listening to a great song. Right, Dali? We can create a happiness wake so others can surf the wave. 100%. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And that's, again, well said. Matchbox 20 is back together too and touring. Interesting. I wonder if they'll be coming to Milwaukee anytime soon. I don't know that I'll be able to do any kind of concerts until after this shoulder journey is done, which kind of is getting a little bit of a start today because I have my pre-surgery doctor's appointment today, and all the blood work and everything that goes along with that happens today. So hopefully it goes smoothly and nothing stops it. I'll be honest with you guys. I do have a little bit of anxiety about this, and this is my own thing, and I need to deal with this, okay? But I have a little bit of anxiety because the last time I went on a surgery journey, it got delayed a long time because I had other problems that had to be rectified before I could go in for surgery. So I'm concerned that that might happen again. And last time I had cancer. So I was like, the clock is ticking here. If this gets along too far, it's going to get into my lymph nodes and I'm going to end up having way more problems, but fortunately that didn't happen. So I'm trying to just remind myself at this point, it's not life threatening and I'm in a safe place. So I don't have to worry. It's normal to be anxious about surgery. Lots of love, Dolly. Big hugs, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know that it's, I really don't have any fear about the surgery itself. I have fear about the surgery being delayed, if that makes sense. Teresa says, can I share a link to a medicine work medication that I just love? Of course you can. Yes, go right ahead. Share it. Share it. Yeah, Heather, this is like, it was like I turned 40 and everything started to fall apart. I've had so many surgeries since I turned 40. I'm 55 now. Okay, so in the last 15 years, I have had both wrists worked on. I had my gallbladder removed. I had a hysterectomy because I had cancer, so they took out everything. What else did I have? There was one other one. Oh, I had a lump removed from my breast that was not cancerous, thank goodness. Okay, here we go. Oh, meditation, not medication. Here's a meditation for everybody to grab the link and check it out. Recovery is the part that makes me anxious until it starts. Yeah, that makes me a little anxious too. I know how painful this is going to be. So I'm anticipating the pain, which is making me a little nervous, but I need to just lay that down. I need to lay that down. Oh, you've had an appendectomy. Oh, that's one I haven't had. That's still on my list, my to-do list. Hopefully I never have to, but I still got mine. It's music, really, no words. I love music. I use music when for all different kinds of meditations that I do. I use music as my catalyst for for my traveling, mostly trance. I really shouldn't say meditation. I should say trance. What I do is a lot of trance work. I do meditation too, but when I use music, I'm usually doing trance work, where I'm traveling. I'm shamanic traveling into the spiritual realm, into the worlds between worlds, and doing my thing, Katie says, I had 6 surgeries in 2 years when I had breast cancer. Oh, yeah. Oh, God love you, Katie. I know. I saw what my mom went through, so I could just imagine. But you also had breast reconstruction surgery on top of it all. So, yeah. Woo. Oh, no. Stupid doctor told her you had a STD and almost died because your appendix went septic. Oh, jeepers Christmas. Yay, American healthcare. Oh, Teresa says, then this link is for you. It will take you into the earth and up to the stars. I'm looking forward to trying it out. Yes, and then Katie had surgery on her hand. She had this knuckle bone taken out completely and replaced with a tendon. And for a while there, she couldn't do this at all. She could not do this. She was like, well, first she was in a cast, so she couldn't do anything except this, But then even after she had her cast off, it's been months of physical therapy just to be able to grasp things. But she's getting back, and now she is doing creative things again, which makes me very happy. Very happy. Our Shining Light says, I had breast cancer and then delayed reconstruction. It was at this point I had my awakening. Oh, well, Katie talks about her breast cancer surgery being part of her awakening as well. That's very interesting. Well, there you go. That's all I have to say to that. There you go. I have the best doctor. She is really, really cool. Katie can shuffle cards again. That's awesome. All right, well, I just realized it's 11 o'clock, you guys, but I want to give you guys a card of the day, so let me grab my messages from the Ancestors Oracle, and I'm going to give you guys just a general card for everyone. And I'm sorry, I kind of let the time get away from me, but we'll have more time on Thursday if you're here to do readings, to do more readings. So this is going to be for everyone. Angels protect us. Spirits in the land and my home surround us. Ancestors give us wisdom. What do we need to know for today, Spirit, as a collective? Please and thank you. And I love you. Thank you. I hope it goes smoothly too. Katie says, this has been a fun show. Thank you so much. Oh, girl. Thank you for being here. All of you. Especially you, my sister. Okay. We have, oh, look at this, you guys. We have teacher. Teacher. This is wonderful. Because everything and everyone and every situation and every little misstep, everything is a teacher. Like Katie likes to say, and I know I lean on Katie's wisdom a lot, but that's because she's wise and I appreciate her. But Katie once told me that this whole entire existence, this whole earth is just one big giant classroom. Every single part of it is a classroom. And we are here to learn valuable, important lessons, lessons that are going to elevate our soul and allow us to progress even higher and closer to our higher selves. Every single step is a step up. Even if it's a little step, every step is a step up. And so look for all the valuable little lessons and all the little things, all the little miracles that are happening around you. Everything. Look for lessons in everything, because everything is a teacher. Everything. And if you're having like spiritual awakenings right now, do not be afraid to reach out to other spiritual people. Now, do it with some discretion, okay? I like to listen to people for a period of time before I decide whether or not they are a teacher that I need to approach and connect with. Because not everyone is in this spiritual thing for good reasons. Okay. And you got to be careful. You got to be careful. If this person is feeding your fear more than they're feeding your soul, they're probably not the teacher that you want to go to. Okay. Be careful of that. Be careful of that. And be careful for people who love bomb you. Be careful of that. Okay. It is great to make connections and say, I love you, but man, just be careful of that. So that is my message from Spirit today. One of my life sayings is, may we all learn our lessons the first time around so we have plenty of time to play. For sure. I like that. I like that very much, Teresa. Discretion is important. I have learned that the hard way. Girl, me too. Me too. My dad said, you learn as you get older, so every day there's a new lesson to learn. That is wise, sagely advice. And Katie says, we are the parts of the universe learning how to have emotions and live a physical existence. This is the universe way of experiencing itself. Yes. Well said, Katie. Thank you. Well said. All right, you guys, it's 11:05, so I'm going to head out. I'm going to get Reuben back by the window so he can sing for the next 6.5 hours. And I love you guys, and I will see you all again on Thursday. Katie's got a live tomorrow night. Katie, what time is your live? Is it 7 p.m. Central Standard Time or 5 p.m. Pacific? But anyways, Katie's got a live tomorrow night, you guys. She's going to be talking about we're going to be talking about the 31 Days of Mindfulness Challenge. So bring your notebooks along and so we can talk about that. And then I'll be back on Thursday. 5:30 p.m. So 7:30 Central Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific is her live tomorrow night. And I will put a link in my community tab for that. And I'll hopefully have a video up tomorrow for our midweek reading and Friday for our weekend spiritual forecast. So things will be going on. So stay tuned. And I love you. And I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for coming, you guys. You are my friends, and I really, really appreciate you. All right. Bye-bye. Let's hit the end stream button. Bye-bye.